So going back to the 450, dude, how about Anderson, bro? I kind of felt bad. I felt bad
Rough
for him.
night.
So let me tell you, or let me ask you, I should say, what's your position on how Chase got by him? Was it over the top? Did he need to do that? Like,
My personal opinion on that, I think it was a great pass. I thought that he came in. Anderson wasn't expecting him. Yes, they touched, but it was a good block, call it block pass, and Jason went down. So I think there's no harm, no foul. I thought it was a great pass. Now, the thing you said it on the broadcast is Jason's not in this thing for the championship. Let's say, mathematically, I don't know if he's out of it, but he's essentially out of it from that standpoint. So now we all know that there's a few guys out there that don't mind rubbing elbows. It don't matter who it is, if they're in the championship fight or not in the fight. It doesn't matter. And Jason's one of those. So now Chase, making that great pass, in my opinion, has to pay attention and look over his shoulder from here on out, because Jason is the type of rider that will come back for retribution for sure.
So the Boxo breakdown and for this week is this section right here, and that was going to be my question for you. Go to boxousa.com. Don't forget to use the Title 24 promo code for 10% off all on your site wide. So you're saying you do think that there could be some retribution there after that move?
I think that everybody mathematically in it for a championship or not. Yep. I think that if Jason puts himself in a good position for an overall, right, or for a Supercross win, and it comes down to Chase and Jason is going to use that to his advantage. If Chase ends up on the ground, pushed off the track, whatever the case may be, and it wasn't bad. What Chase did was not bad at all. That was full racing. Yes, they had a little bit of contact, but that's what Supercross is about. Like that was totally legit right there. But now he just has to watch his back a little bit, because if they're in a first and second position, they're battling, whatever the case may be, Chase is going to have to be on the lookout for Jason, because if it's over, a position, moving forward in a position standpoint from second to first, fifth to fourth, whatever the case may be, Jason's going to take it, period.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like roll that replay back, Aaron, and that one angle, I don't think we got to see that angle on TV.
The front
not that one, but he just, this angle right here. I mean, he just goes straight up the track.
Yep. And I think
I don't know, man. Like, what if Anderson would have fell on him? Like,
totally.
I thought it crossed the line a little bit, as far as I think he could have turned a little bit tighter and maybe not have went all the way up.
For sure. He probably could have made that pass regardless. Chase was going to make that pass on Jason here or another part on the track. Chase was riding very, very well. And he had the speed on Jason, and then also bridge the gap to AP. So he was on the move regardless. So to your point of, did he have to do that? Did he come in? Was it a little bit? I would say yes, just from the championship standpoint of, now you have to pay attention to where Jason's at now, at least until until he gets his retribution or whatever the case may be. I just think that the payback, whatever you want to call it, like, Jason's not going to forget. He's not the type of rider that's going to forget, and he's not in it for a championship standpoint either. So if he can knock down a Supercross win, cash that check for $120,000 on a Saturday night, and it's at the expense of Chase, he's taking it. He's gonna take it,
dude.
So it's a touchy subject there, right? Like, only because being in Chase's position, being in Jason's position, it might not have been the smartest move, right? I think he could have made the pass other places. I know he would have. He passed Jason.
Oh yeah, he was rolling.
He was on a roll. So it might not have been the smartest move, because at this point, late in the season like that, you want to have as many call it friends on the track as possible. You know, I've heard you talk about it 100 times, Ricky, where, you know, it could be even lappers or guys coming, you know, like if you're coming through the pack, like, oh, here's RC or here's RV, like that guy's cool. I talked to him in the tunnel, you know, like he's going past me regardless. Let me just make it easy on him, you know. Or you can have the other one. If you're a dick to a guy and he's like, no, I'm going to hang this guy up to dry for as long as I can, you know. So there's games you have to play. I don't know if that was a good move on the chessboard.
Yeah, no, there is, you know, and that's a thing me and JT were talking about, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something alluding to the fact that, you know, I was telling everyone, like, JT and Reedy were boys, and I was racing with Reedy, you know, and I knew that we were going to sometimes lap, or I was going to have to sometimes get by JT. So I would like be as cool as I could to him throughout the weekend and during the race or whatever, because I knew he wasn't going to do me a favor, but I was just trying to make it so he wouldn't go out of his way to be an, you know, and like block for his buddy. And that's, like you said it perfectly. And I'm sure you did the same things with certain guys in your day there's other parts of being a champion and managing your championship runs. And it comes at certain instances like that, of knowing who you're racing, knowing who you don't want to fuel the fire with, and knowing where you might need a favor. And it goes a long ways. It does, dude. It does. What did you think of the pass that he made on Anderson? Just kind of used up the track. Like,
yeah, I think Anderson should have pulled out of it. You know, I honestly do, because at this level, like, everybody's going to use the whole track, right? Like, you know, these guys, they're not going to give you an inch. So you're out there on the outside. You put yourself out there to dry. You know? You have to respect Coop's line that he was taking, right? He's going to go, like you said, he's going to use up the whole track. And the angle wasn't that bad. Like, he's turning and then just starts to scoot over. Coop actually dropped into that rut and held his line. And then Jason tried to come back down because he knew he was running out of real estate from the track standpoint. And then he came down and bumped into the side of him. So I thought Coop did exactly what he should have done. He used up the real estate, went underneath Jason, and Jason got put out to dry on the outside.
What do you feel is the difference in that pass as opposed to the pass that Chase put on Anderson when he went by? Or do you feel like they're very similar?
I mean, from a racing standpoint, looking like, if I'm Jason, for example, it happened to me twice, right? If I'm Jason, it happened twice in one night. This one here is going to definitely be one that sticks in his mind. He's in my opinion, he probably has already forgot about the Coop thing and is thinking, okay, well, I screwed that up, but Chase took me down. That's kind of my mentality. Like, right here, if he looks at it, nothing. Coop didn't do anything. He ran him. He took up the track. He used all the real estate. But then obviously Chase came up the very inside and basically took his front wheel out, but not super. I wouldn't use the T-bone word, right? It's not a T-bone. It's not overly aggressive. He came in hot. Jason should have, at this point, should have looked over, or Jason should have just protected the inside, right? Like, made Chase go to the outside and have to cut down. Right. But Jason left the inside open. I
gotcha. Good. I was curious. I had I gave my take on that and with Coops, and I was just, I saw it the exact same way you did.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.